Harry Movie Club, it's me Jenny, and this week's pick was Dog Soldiers, and if you can't tell by the fact that I'm talking very fast, it's quite late in the day to film this review. It is in fact 10:30 and there is no way that this video is going to get uploaded on time unless I make it under a minute, so I'm going to talk really quickly and I hope you can understand me. It's a really entertaining film. It's a low budget horror movie about werewolves and it's such a silly concept. It's very over the top, it's very silly, but it does make sense, and to me I found it oddly refreshing in that the characters are very down to earth. They make a lot of sense to me. They make continuous, logical choices with a lot of communication, because the characters are soldiers. It's not waiting for that one moment so the camera can pan over and catch their expression. They just communicate and do things, and they're constantly moving, they're constantly adapting to their situation in a very proactive, logical way, which is something that really gets neglected in horror movies in general, and particularly in low budget, pulpy horror films. So it's actually incredibly refreshing. A lot of this is very silly, as I said, but it is enjoyable, and I like the concept of, we've had a really traumatic incident, what should we do next? If we can't do anything, let's have a cup of tea and try and relax, and, you know, training to eat food and all those sort of things. I think it's really well handled. I think the characters are very human, although their dialogue choices aren't perhaps the most realistic. They're very well written characters, they're very entertaining, there's a good deal of humour, a good deal of irony in the dialogue. There is so many cliches thrown in. There's underdogs and bitches and being hounded and all of this stuff thrown in at every single opportunity, but it's still entertaining, and I actually found it rather enjoyable despite the fact that it's slightly cheesy in places. The prosthetic and blood effects are pretty well done. They're not perfect, it's low budget. The last act, distinctly there was a lot more blood effects than there were previously. The first act is kind of bloody, the middle act is very action and kind of working your way into it. In the last act it was really quite impressive. The very last scene actually scared me. It gave me a jump scare, and the rest of it is kind of pulpy and actiony and fun. And I was very entertained. It's a very enjoyable film. I like the fact that there's directorial choices to differentiate the werewolf side to the human side, so you get this black and white feeling. And I think it's very well handled. It's an entertaining, fun film, and if you are a Brit or like British humour, I would definitely recommend it, because it's got some, maybe not the most realistic language use, but humanising and well written language use. And that's about it. Hopefully this is under a minute, and hopefully I can get up on time. I'm sorry I've talked so fast. I hope you enjoy. Feel free to comment, and I will see you guys all very soon. Bye guys!